Welcome to Sun City in Focus, a lively look at people, places, events, and lifestyles of the original Sun City. From A to Z, put into focus today by Rich Hofer.
Welcome back to our latest episode of Sun City AZ in Focus, a program designed to feature the places, people, and events that make Sun City, Arizona the original and best active 55-plus community in the world. But before we get to today's episode, I just want to take a minute and thank all of the folks that called and sent emails on how much they liked the first episode. We appreciate it. And when you take into account that everyone involved in our production is an amateur and a volunteer, it means a lot. Okay, on to today's show. Today we're going to be talking about a club that's really going places. Well, to be more honest, it's more back and forth in the Bell Rec Center lap pool, but the swim club has one of the most fit groups you'll find anywhere. We're also going to take you back in time to a time when there were more women working in this country than men. If you've ever been to the Ring the Bell program on the 4th of July at Bell Rec Center, I'm sure you've seen the Rosie the Riveters all decked out in their regalia. And today we're going to meet one and hear her story. And you're going to get the chance to improve your bowling game today. You may have noticed I'm here at Lakeview Lanes with 24 lanes of bowling action. And we're going to be talking to the RCSC's Director of Bowling, Randy Johnson, about a brand new coaching tool that will help you shoot higher scores whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro. It's called Specto Bowling, and Randy will join us shortly to talk about it. But first, we want to welcome RCSC Board of Director President Sue Wilson back to the show to give us an update as to what's going on with the Board of Directors. She's sitting right over there, and I'm going to go join her right now. Hey, we're here with Sue Wilson, President of the RCSC Board of Directors. Welcome to summer.
It has been a summer.
You know, we're sitting here now, and the board is on hiatus right now.
Yes.
We get
Yes.
back into work in September. How's your summer going?
Not too bad. It's been a little hot this summer,
Yeah.
but summer in Arizona is always hot.
But you really, as president, and I can tell you from experience, you don't get a summer off. You're
No.
here all the time.
No, I've been in the office quite a bit.
Yeah, I get that. Well, Sue, as we are sitting here in the middle of summer right now, the thing that is interesting is the board did take steps for Mountain View. That has been already accomplished
Yes, we
and is
did.
moving forward. Tell us what's going on.
We moved ahead with option 2, which is building our Performing Arts Center and our gym with the fitness center over the top, leaving the pool as it is right now and doing that section first, and then coming in and doing the pool and moving that up. But people will have use of the pool the whole time during the construction of the theater and the gym, which is really good.
Oh, I'll tell you, those folks from the Sun City Players, they have wanted a performing arts center for 27 years. They've waited.
Yes, they have.
And
Yes, they have.
I'm happy to be part of a group that is finally going to give it to them, and I know you are too.
Yes, they definitely deserve it. And it's not just that group. It's all the performing groups that will be in there.
Yeah.
It's well over 700 people that will use
Wow.
that Performing Arts Center. And that doesn't even include the audience.
That's
So,
amazing. That
that
really
is
is.
amazing.
There are a lot of folks going to be using that
There will be.
facility.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about, now, Viewpoint Lake has been
Yes.
leaking. It's why we get into what we get into with the Arizona Department of Water Resources.
Right.
But tell me a little bit about what's going on with ADWR or what's going to go on with Viewpoint Lake.
Right now, we are doing a study. We're having actually 2 studies done on the lake, studying how we can possibly fix this, the best way to do it, and the way that we'll be able to go to ADWR and tell them what we're doing. Then we will be meeting with them, going over our courses. We're also doing a couple of things on the courses as far as using the Tiff-Tuff grass, planting some natural wild grass to see if that will help cut down on the water usage. Okay. So we're trying a couple of different things that we will have ready to go when we go to negotiate with ADWR.
Well, you know, ADWR has always been very conciliatory. They've always been very gracious and always have worked with us in
Yes,
getting
they have.
relief. Administrative relief is what they call it, and that's a good thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this fall. And it may not actually happen until later in the fall or even into the
Right,
winter,
Right.
knowing the way state government likes to work sometimes.
Very true. Very true.
Let's talk a little bit about when the board gets back together in September. One of the things that the board has got to tackle is the Preservation and Improvement Fund.
Yes, it does. Putting together our plan, spanning out through the years, we know that we have several projects. Obviously, we're going to have to be looking at desert landscaping on the courses.
Yep.
We have Mountain View in there that we're working on now, so that's taking that. But we will also have Lakeview coming up at some point. So we know we have several things that we need to address, and placing them where we know that we'll have enough of a buildup of PIF to be able to actually accomplish those.
That seems to be one of the things that I know a lot of members have a problem with in getting wrong, is that we don't have an unlimited source of money.
No.
I mean, it seems to build itself back up year after year, and that's
It does.
good, but we have to be very careful on budgeting that. And I know that PIF is probably the one place where we are exceedingly conservative when it comes to budgeting.
We are, and after all, RCSC does not go into debt.
True.
And so we definitely make sure that we have the money up front before we start the projects.
Great. Sue, as always, it's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. Your summer's going well, and
It is.
take some time for yourself, will you?
I hope to. I hope
All
to.
right, take care. Thanks, Sue. It's always educational to find out what the board is up to. Next up, Steve Oakes is going to introduce us to a club that's wet. All wet, literally. He visits with the swim club at the Bell Rec Center.
Hello, Sun City. I'm Steve Oakes, and this is another edition of Sun City in Focus Video Magazine, here today at the Bell Pool to tell you a little bit about one of the oldest clubs in RCSC, the Sun City Stars Swim Club, which meets Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. here at the Bell Pool. We're going to talk with some of the members and let you learn a little bit about how much fun you can have being a part of the Sun City Swim Club. I'm here with Dale Wisely, the president of the Sun City Stars Swim Club, and Dale will tell us a little bit about his background, which is extensive in swimming.
Thanks, Steve. I come from a background in swimming, so I've been swimming pretty much all my life. I swam in grade school, high school, college, and for the past 40, 50 years, masters.
Swimmers in Sun City that haven't tried the club, what would you tell them about joining the club?
You know, it's great exercise that we do here every day. For all abilities, it's low impact, you get aerobic and you get strength training all in one time. So it's good exercise.
So, Dale, what about the non-competitive swimmers? Do we have to be competitive? Is U.S. Masters Swim Group just competitive swimmers?
No, the U.S. Masters also incorporates the Adult Learn Swim program and all kinds of fitness. We have people that compete in other events that also swim with us, like triathletes, for example.
I'm here with Bill Travis, who's a longtime swimmer. Bill, what got you into swimming?
Swimming, I swam 1 year in high school and then started doing triathlons later in my life and decided I needed to be faster.
When you say triathlons, what kind of triathlons have you done?
Olympic distance. And then I went from there and went to half Ironmans and then Ironmans.
How many Ironmans have you done,
I
Bill?
ended up doing 22 Ironmans.
So what does swimming in the club mean to you?
Swimming club is, I like competing and I like staying fit.
And do you have to be a real fast swimmer, or can you just enjoy swimming by swimming at your pace?
Yeah, I can enjoy it. I like competing a little bit, but I like swimming.
Hey, I happen to have with us today Rod Newport. He is a swim instructor here at Sun City Stars. And I'd like to ask Rod, our fluid dynamics engineer, I like to call him, what is it he likes to do with swim lessons or teaching people how to swim?
I'm known as a technique coach. For me, the excitement I get out of it is teaching people to swim a given distance with less strokes, putting out less effort, and still swimming faster than they ever have been before.
So, Rod, the next question I'd like to ask you is, when did you get started swimming?
I've always swum recreationally as a kid, like most of us, but never took it seriously. Not until after I moved to Sun City. I think I was about 58 years old when I first decided to join the swim team.
Here today I am with Rick Hannon, who is our instructor for the lessons group of the club. And Rick will tell us a little bit about and when the lessons are conducted.
Thank you. Our lessons are conducted every Wednesday at Sundial from November 1st to April 1st, and then at Lakeview Pool from April 1st to November 1st.
Hi, I'm here today with Elaine Guest at the Bell Pool. Elaine, how long have you been swimming?
I've been swimming probably since I've been 5 or 6 years old.
Okay, and when did you join the Stars Swim Club?
I started with the Stars probably about 15 years ago.
Okay, a long-time club member, it sounds. So, do you swim competitively?
No.
Why do you swim?
I used to, but I don't anymore. I just swim for the fun of it now. I swim for the health of it. I swim because I feel better. I'm doing good things, healthy things for myself, and it's a lot of fun with the good people. Absolutely.
Elaine, what else about the club? Do you find this socially fun as well as fitness fun?
It's absolutely a social interaction because there's a lot of really, really, really nice people to talk to and enjoy swimming with, and we do social activities outside the club as well. It's a lot of fun, parties and so on and so forth. So it's a lot of fun.
Great, and would you tell other members or other people in the RCSC that it's worthwhile just coming out and taking a look?
Absolutely. You do not have to be a great swimmer. There's all levels in this club. You can just be a fun paddler, and you can, there's some minimum, but for the most part, it's just a lot of fun. It's great exercise, and it's a proven fact that swimming has the best long life expectancy. Swimmers have the best long life expectancy.
I imagine it's going to mean you'll be living a long life, Elaine.
As long as it's quality in the pool, yeah. Yep.
Thank you very much for sharing. I'm here with Bill Shaw, and Bill is treasurer of the Star Swim Club. And Bill, tell us how long you've been swimming.
Since about 9 years old, off and on, with some lulls.
Okay. And when did you join the Star Swim Club?
2016.
Do you swim because it's good for you, or why do you swim?
I swim because the camaraderie, the fitness, and competition against myself.
I'm here with Janet Wood, as you can see in the pool, and Janet's one of our newest swimmers on the Sun City Stars. Okay. Were you intimidated at all by swimming, and did lessons help you get over the intimidation or fear of swimming?
Well, I wasn't afraid. And I wasn't intimidated. I just found out I didn't really know how to swim correctly. And now that I know how, it's like, well, I was a pretty poor swimmer. But now I know all 4 strokes. I can't do them well, but I'm working on that. Working on diving off the blocks.
We're all learning continuously.
Yes.
Right. There you have it. From some of the members of the Sun City Stars Swim Club, meeting Monday to Friday at the Bell Pool. Don't have to be a great swimmer, or you can be a great swimmer. We welcome all types, and it's a social environment as well. Come on down, take a look. We look forward to seeing you.
Swimmers, take your marks. Hop!
Wow, that looks like a lot of fun, Steve, and it's a great way to get a great workout. Next, talk about a workout. When the men in the United States went off to war in 1941, it was the women of this country that kept it strong. They were known as Rosie the Riveters.
Rosie the Riveter was the start of a campaign aimed at recruiting female workers for defense industries during World War II. And she became perhaps the most iconic image of working women. American women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers during the war, as widespread male enlistment left gaping holes in the industrial labor force. Between 1940 and 1945, the female percentage of the U.S. workforce increased from 27 to nearly 37%. And by 1945, nearly 1 out of every 4 married women worked outside the home. Let us next catch up with Betty Frost as she introduces us to Sun City's own Rosie the Riveter, Caroline Kilgore.
Good morning. I'm Betty Frost, and I'm here with Caroline Kilgore. She is an Rosie the Riveter gal.
1940 was the World War II era, and I came to Rockford, Illinois at the age of 14. My first job was to take care of the captain and their wife and their children, and when I was old enough, I applied for a job as working in a wing.
Okay, so when you were working on this wing, do you know what type of a airplane that went on to?
Yeah, it's a C-47, and C means cargo.
Oh, okay.
And this kind of plane was ones that was used for parachuting. They also delivered mail to the men in the front lines and also their food care packages. It carried machine guns and all types of things that the men would need in the front lines. It carried the soldiers to the front lines.
Oh, wow.
It was called a sky train because it was used for everything that was needed during the war. It had no guns. I mean, it wasn't for something for shooting. It was for carrying things.
Okay.
And then from then, for my wing that I did in Illinois, it went to Oklahoma City.
Oh.
And there they assembled all of them. And 13, during the war, 13 was finished every day.
13 airplanes?
13 airplanes.
Wow.
And, but in 1942, they built this big building, which is called Tinker Cottage at the time. I don't know what it's called now, but it's made on a mile, a whole mile, so it's a huge, huge building.
Yeah.
And I think it is still there to this day, and it was used with it was used for doing this, the C-47 only, with no windows.
No. Oh, really?
And it was just...
Oh, the building.
The building had no windows at all.
Yeah. Oh.
So, and during the war, they made 5,300 C-47s during the whole war.
And so you were part of that.
I was part of a wing.
That's something to be proud of, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, that part.
Yeah.
It wasn't the job I really would take as a career.
Right.
An airplane wing that I was making is put together by aluminum. And they're generally 2 or 3 sheets put together like this. Then this is the way it is. Previous to that, someone will drill a hole through it. And you see holes there. And these are called Kikos. So they put those in there so the aluminum does not shift.
Here we go.
We put a rivet in the hole, and generally it's every other one. This is a bucker. This is a rivet gun. This rivet gun is run by air. It's similar to something you would see where you break up cement. And it's
heavy.
very heavy, very, very heavy. And she's going to rivet the rivet while I bucket.
So.
That means that I'm going to hold this on with 2 hands. I don't have 2 hands, but hold it with 2 hands until it's flat. And if it's not flat, like I think it should be, I tap on the wing and I say, I need more juice.
Well, Caroline, I want to thank you so much for talking to me today. It's been fascinating. I love learning all about you. You do a wonderful job, and I just want to thank you for your service. You know, you're like you helped save us and had the United States win the war.
Well, thank you. The war was not cheap, you know, and because a lot of my friends from school, because I came right out from school, and the boys there, some of them didn't come back.
Yeah.
So it was
be
not
tough.
cheap. We lost a lot of wonderful boys and men and women. We won the war, and it was a happy time when we knew that we were free. Now, a lot of them, we kissed and hugged, and it was a wonderful situation. And of course, we didn't have balloons, we didn't have confetti, but we did have chicken feathered pillows. So we took the chicken feathered pillows because, you know, we couldn't have any rubber, and we slit them and we went up to a second story and just had feathers coming down.
That was your celebration.
That was our celebration.
All the day long, whether rain or shine. She's a part of the assembly line. She's making history, working for victory. Rosie, the Riveter.
Hey Betty, thanks very much for that interesting story on Rosie the Riveter. Hey, you know what? We're here at beautiful Lakeview Lanes. 24 lanes of bowling. I got a bowling ball. What do you say we bowl some?
Hey Rich, I've been watching you.
Yeah.
And looks like you could use a little help.
Oh, I need all the help I can get, Randy.
We have a new system called Specto.
Specto?
Let me show you Specto, and it'll improve your game. It's going to show you ball speeds. It's going to show you launch speeds. It's going to show you break points and how many pins you knock down is what you want in the at the end.
Is it going to help me improve my score?
Oh, certainly.
Good.
So
let's
take
do
a
it.
look at it.
Good.
If you look here, Rich, on the Specto application, you can put this on your iPad or your Android or your iPhone. It's an application, and it will show you everything, every ball you've thrown. It will show you your launch speed, your impact angles, and your break points. A lot of it's not going to mean a lot of it to you as not being a professional, but it will show you consistency. It will show you that your launch speed, for example, here you hit where you hit at was at the arrows at 15 board, and then you hit at the 9.8, and then again at the 15 board and the 16 board.
So I want to aim a little bit farther to the right.
You're looking for and you're looking for your consistency. Then you can move your feet based off of that.
Okay.
So that you have the ball speeds, you have RPMs. That's going to be calculating the release and the spin of the ball. So we can do all of these things with this app, and we can also replay each ball as they were thrown, which will show you on the lane actually what happened.
That's pretty good. And it's available here at Lakeview?
Specto's available at Lakeview anytime we have open play.
Wow. I love that.
All you need to do is download the app. The app is free. When you check in at the desk, you tell them that you would like to use the Specto system, and you turn the Specto system on and you bowl.
That's wonderful. Hey, thanks, Randy, for showing us just how easy it's going to be to roll a 300 game. And that's going to do it for this episode. Hey, we'd like to thank all of our guests today for being with us and for making Sun City, Arizona the best active 55 community anywhere on the planet. For Steve Oakes, Betty Frost, and our entire crew, we'd like to thank you for watching. And before we go, just a note. If this looks like something you'd be interested in joining, we'd be interested in talking to you. Just call the RCSC board office at the number on your screen, or you can email Communications Through Technology Committee Chairman Mike Agee at the email address shown below. And who knows? You might be able to be hosting an upcoming episode. I'm Rich Hofer for Sun City AZ in Focus.
This show was produced by volunteer members from the RCSC Communications Through Technology Committee for the entertainment and enjoyment of current and prospective residents of Sun City, Arizona. Anyone wishing to join the committee and participate in the production of future episodes of this program may contact the RCSC Board of Directors office at 623-561-4600 or email boardoffice@suncityaz.org.